Ladies and gentlemen, the German qualifier of the Nations Cup, the best of 5 series has started. A lot of teams are asking, Khaldor, is it a best of 9? But no, it is a best of 5 actually. And obviously we don't want to go for Germany 1 versus Germany 2, no. To the left, the sauerkrauts, and to the right, sausage fiesta. Okay, so Battlefield of Eternity is our first map in this series, and yeah, that team is incredibly powerful, I gotta say. There's a lot of former HGC players in that lineup. We have Chris over there, we have Nick, we have Harz, so it should actually be a pretty cool series one way or another. But I'm excited for this one. I mean, the Germans on both sides, and it should be pretty brilliant. But we're going to see how that's going to work out for them right now. So, Sausage Fiesta with an immediate ban on Alarak, getting rid of those, and let's see what the sauerkrauts are going to do here. The question also is, are they really all that sour? I mean, it depends a little bit on the results, I would say. Do we see happy crowds here? I don't know, but we have the tank taken away immediately. You don't want the Germans with the Panzers. That's never a good idea, and, well, apparently the Germans agree too. So, yeah, this is not a laughing matter. If you thought that Sergeant Hammer would make it through that draft, then you are definitely on the wood path. So, as we have the next few bans coming in, I mean, you can tell that both teams are actually taking their sweet time. Avala gets banned out. I gotta admit that I would have loved to see a little bit more Avala. I love that she is back in the game here, but, well, we'll see. Now, as I said previously, not every country actually has a qualifier. Some countries have a single team that, well, signed up for the Nations Cup. UK is a good example. There's a couple of regions that had more than 2 teams that wanted to represent their country. One example would be France, but most of them, you see like 2 teams maybe, and then it results in a best of 5 series, and this is exactly the case right here. Chen gets banned out as well, and that's actually an interesting one. I mean, again, I would more so be worried about Kerrigan, to be absolutely honest with you. Okay, this is Battlefield of Eternity, granted, but especially when we're looking later on towards Tomb of the Spider Queen, I want to see if Kerrigan makes it through, because Nick has played her a lot. Like, a lot. So, yeah, there's ETC. ETC gets taken immediately, which surprises me a little bit, because ETC is a hero that likes to make people dance, you know, and most of the Germans are a little bit more serious. No fun allowed here. And double pick on the left side. What do I want to get from them? We have Caro, something like that. Ultralisk, Dino, Lavova, and the Cockroach over there. La Cucaracha. But Battlefield of Eternity, Malfurion and Johanna get picked first. Okay, no damage healers. Where's my Li Ming pick? Where's Hanzo? Like, what's happening? More focus onto the front line than anything else. I mean, ETC can be played on the side lane, but I still expect that Hanzo and or Li Ming get picked up quickly. At least they should. You have Greymane as another opportunity, of course, for the teams here too, but at this point, hasn't really done anything. The Chrome Star! Okay, so the fake dragon makes it into the game. Chris wants to show that German precision, that efficiency, and try and get the bullseye connected here, as we have Blaze entering, and actually in this case it's Azu currently on the hero. We might see that shift over at some point, but yeah, let's see. Bans come in, and since Nick doesn't really have a hero yet, I'm still wondering what they're going to ban out against him. I mean, support's obviously still open too. And Rhaegar gets banned out. Okay, no Wolf for the Germans. I would have expected one of the players maybe to go for Falstad later on again. The German Eagle in the game. Straight into the KFC bucket when he starts to make a bad fly. But let's go. Battlefield of Eternity. Last ban against the blue team. I mean, you can ban out damage. Chromie would be a good one too. Not Chromie. Li Ming could have been a ban. Since Chromie is in the hands of Chris, it's unlikely that we're going to see Li Ming for them. But Tracer gets banned out instead. Okay, Chromster doesn't want to deal with that. No. Double pick. I would expect to at least see Li Ming here. Bing, bing, bing. I mean, what is this? The Deutsche Bahn? Really late on the picks, but... Okay, Samuro gets picked together with Hanzo. Alright, ladies. We have the Blade Master in the game. Okay. Hanzo makes it in as well. But it looks more and more like this is the first game in weeks or months where we have Li Ming neither banned nor picked on Battlefield of Eternity. Unless someone is heading into either a double support composition, or we could still see her on the side of the Sauerkrauts. Lulcio, and there's the bird. There we have it. The German Eagle makes it into the game after all. And Lulcio is in there too. Alright, last pick. Are we going to see a little bit of reset value? Or will we have a different hero for the blue team to round this draft up? Again, best of 5 series. And this is map 1 for the Nations Cup, the qualifier for Germany, and it is Abathur. Yeah, Abathur likes efficiency, so obviously a German team would take him here. And Abathur and Samuro are absolutely annoying to deal with. If you ever find yourself in a late game against those two, you can kiss your structures goodbye because they're gonna get sniped. Game number 1, Battlefield of Eternity. Let's jump straight into the first map of the best of 5 series. Game on! The Sauerkrauts against the Sausage Fiesta as we're heading into the first map, Battlefield of Eternity. On the left side, Koro on Abathur, Ultralisk on Samuro, Dino on Hanzo. We have Lavova on Johanna and the Cockroach on Malfurion. Towards the right side of the map, Sausage Fiesta with X-Ray on Lucio, Chris on Chromie, Death Knight on Blaze, Hazorps on Falstad, and Nick on ETC. The Germans heading into the game. And yeah, it's going to be a fun Nations Cup. I'm already going to tell you that much. I mean, honestly, Nations Cup, casting those teams and just having the countries go up against each other is amazing. You can just banter about stereotypes and everything here. It's always a lot of fun. And let's see that efficiency. Let's see that precision that we need from the Germans as Chris is sitting on Chromie trying to get those hits connected. Already got 1 stack in. Samuro is sitting topside together with Abathur. And that Abathur is going to be super interesting. I mean, again, in the HGC days of old, we've seen, I would say in 2017, Abathur in the European scene regularly on this map, but that has shifted pretty quickly. Lose a lot of momentum at some point. But Abathur Samuro is just annoying to deal with. Again, they can take structures down like no other combo in the later stages of the game. Well, I guess we should probably include Greymane there too, but you know what I mean. It's pretty tricky to deal with them. So, with this set, already 3 stacks for little Chromie down here. X-Ray is moving in too. He's trying to make his plays. I mean, we've seen him in the Premier Series quite a bit. Chromie cheating a little bit with the early talents that she has access to. Chronic Condition for her. And the favorite, in my opinion, still the Sausage Fiesta. I mean, these guys have a lot of experience. A lot of experienced players on their side, at least. Talent builds, Pressurized Glance, Samuro with the Way of the Blade. And talking about Samuro, he's actually up at the top. I don't even understand why Hanzo at this point moves top. Oh, okay, they're shifting their attention completely. For a moment I was really asking, why is Hanzo actually there? But they're shifting the entire setup because Abathur can always help out the solo lane without any problem. It shifts the balance on that lane easily by simply supplying a symbiote every now and then. But now we don't see that at all. And, oh, there's the attack against Dino. That could be a kill. And, oh, nice. Good escape. Very well done here. Calculated, obviously. And, yeah, top side, there's the attack still going on. I mean, I can only imagine how this panned out. When the Nations Cup was announced, teams were asked, countries were asked, do we want to play? The Germans were asked, do you want to provide a team? And they went immediately, yeah, jawohl! And now they even have 2. I mean, it's overkill at this point, but that's why we go for the best of 5. Not a best of 9, it's a best of 5. Just need to remember everybody, remind everyone, because some people might actually mistake this, and yeah, that's not the case here. But camps are taken, first Immortal about to spawn, and in efficient manner. They haven't seen a single kill yet in this game. Everybody is just playing the safe, and Nick already. Nick frontlining it. That's kind of funny. I mean, again, he played frontline quite a bit. At HGC was still there after that, but lately he has always been the melee assassin for his team, so it's kind of weird to not see him in that situation. Now, we have the aggression towards the blue team's Immortal a little bit quicker. The position has already been claimed by the Sausage Fiesta, and they're trying to go for the lockdown. Well, Furion already providing the route here. Went for the deep roots, actually. Is helping out with that a lot. Death Knight zooms away here, rides the money pick in style. And they get the halftime show. A pretty easy one at that, actually. Yeah, well done by them. So Harz Ops is taking care of experience at the bottom of the map. Abathar is still trying to push this out, and Abathar is obviously one of the decisive factors here. It's really tough to go for that Immortal if you have an Abathar in your mix, but you're trying to stop the bleeding quickly. On the other hand, there's a potential kill, and it's a double kill. Erdmal Furion down, the blow for blow trade as Hanzo falls after Blaze initially was eliminated. Harz Ops still on the run, using the gate to his advantage, but the attack is still ongoing. As we have the defense from Larova, the kill against Johanna, and the immediate focus onto the Immortal by the Sausage Fiesta. They go full on Fiesta against their opponent here. Yep, it's again Samuro that tries to make the play here and at least reduce the shield of the opponent's Immortal by a little bit. And he's doing everything he can, but he can't change the outcome. 50% Immortal in the hands of the red team as we are straight up moving towards the top lane to see if the Sauerkrauts can do something here. How sour are they going to be? Are they going to lose the fort? Are they going to lose the wall? What's going down here? The attack is already coming through bot lane. That's where Blaze still has to deal with Samuro. Nothing that I really envy him of. But the attack is coming. And this is looking like a really solid push now. Chromie is just shelling away from the back line, getting good value, and has 18 stacks by now. We see the wall fall. I'm not quite sure if they can really get... Oh, actually, TC is moving in from the side now. They might have a chance to get that fort after all. There's the Iron Skin. Can they play around the cooldown a little bit? Unstoppable is still ready, but they zone them out, and with that, they have an easy shot at the fort, and they claim it. Nicely done. Bottom of the line, though. Blaze gets taken out. Yep. Never really a fun moment when you're going up against Abathar plus Samuro. Abathar on any lane as a solo laner it's just annoying. It's just cheating at the end of the day. So, yeah. Ultralisk is already sitting there. Harz Ops has flown in a bit aggressively and taken some damage, but the main reason why he went so quickly down to the bottom of the map is, of course, that he wants to ensure that they're not losing out on any experience here. Top lane, that's where we have another camp taken. 3 kills against 2. I mean, blue team is definitely fighting back here. Chromie now with the temporal loop. And yeah, well, there's already the attack towards Johanna. Temporal loop is actually a really important tool here. The Germans were always really good with time and timings. I mean, a very punctual country, if I'm not mistaken, outside of the Deutsche Bahn, of course, because that one's pretty atrocious. Thank you for traveling with Deutsche Bahn. Sorry that we are once again 3 hours late, but we are gonna try to make it better next time. See you. Well, that's a quick kill. And actually with Samuro going down and Hanzo also taken apart, this game is taking a turn for the worse on the side of the Sauerkrauts at least. They don't have access to their level 10s just yet. They're an entire level behind. The bunker is in now as well. I heard the Germans are pretty good with those too. Mighty Gust, and yeah, last and final pick for ETC. Is he gonna go for the stage dive? I kind of doubt it a little bit, considering that we have Falstad in the mix, so that should be a mosh pit here. Interrupts or no interrupts, I don't think that it matters all that much. Even if he can just threaten it, that would already be a little bit of a win for them. And there it is. Mosh pit. Who says the Germans are not a friendly people or don't want to have a lot of fun? They want to dance. They want to sing. And Nick is going to be the entertainer right here. I mean, already having his guitar ready. And we're going to hear a nice tune by him whenever he gets his ult out. I'm sure of it. But with this, we have now level 10 abilities on both sides. Chromie is already looking at her level 13. Here comes a lot of CC actually, with Hanzo's arrow and also the blessed shield coming out from Johanna, so they're going to try and go for it straight away. But there's the halftime show claimed again by the red team. But I would admit that the Sauerkrauts are making some progress here. They're at least reducing those shields quickly. And now it's more of a defensive pattern that we have from both teams, as they're trying to make that work. Samuro has snuck towards the top lane and has obviously the mobility, thanks to his level 10, to appear in the fight at any moment and get some extra damage in. But the bird at the bottom of the map too, the German eagle, trying to push lane out and deal with that shaman. But Abathar is mixing things up here the entire time. And talking about that, this is exactly that setup. That pesky Samuro the entire time with the Abath ahead, as he's trying to set that up. Nick already starting to come in here from the side again, trying to zone them out. Has obviously the face melt to create some space for his damage dealers. Lucio also hit a good ult in order to deal with some of that burst damage after, well, let's say a blessed shield or Hanzo arrow, so there's a lot that he can supply. But it's an easy poke. I mean, just look at it. It's actually pretty even on the second one. Here comes Nick, starting to move in. So does Death Knight. The two of them are forcing this. And here comes the Mighty Gust. Sound barrier is through. The timeout for Chris. The bunker and the party time. And he keeps them dancing. ETC has that German rhythm in his blood. And they take Samuro down. They go for the Immortal. There's the Temporal Loop. And cleansed out. But everybody's low. There's the German efficiency. Yep, that's exactly what they needed to do here. They want to go for another kill against Hanzo, and they're likely to get him. Down he goes, so does Johanna. Well played. 9 kills against 2. They take the Immortal, and now they are also closing on level 13 talents, which should allow them to easily move past that fort. That was a good move. I can only imagine the voice comms at this point, asking ETC, do you have your mosh pit? Jawohl! Ja. And then he went in and dropped it and made 3 of them dance, and then they got the kill and the Immortal. 9 kills against 2. The attack against Nick this time, and he moves out of harm's way at the last moment. Well, still played by him, but there's the 13s now for everybody, not only Chromie. And we have Nanomachine coding already. Oh, the German engineering is just the best, and he builds bunkers like no other. The cockroach goes down, gets squashed here immediately. And with Malfurion eliminated, the support is gone, even the attack against Ultralisk, and it seems like they are trying to go for the keep, and I think this is going to be an easy one for them. Yeah, well, or is it? Immortal is still in play. And there's the kill against Jojo. Jojo down, the Mighty Gust against Samuro, and the keep is gone. Pretty quick, 10 minutes in, and the keep already eliminated. Falstad with the immediate flight towards the top lane. Lufthansa Airs in play, and now Harz Orbs getting easy experience for the team. A few more stacks for his level 1. Can try and steal another camp away, and Talking Camps, one at the bottom of the map, has also been taken right here. So, damage output. 27,000 for Chromie, 31,000 for Hanzo. So far, so good by them. And, I mean, outside of that, it's actually 16,000 damage on Lucio. Second highest damage on the red team. Okay, so much for that. Falstad also looking at the wave clear here. But that's an interesting statistic to say the least. Abatha on 20,000. And a pretty deep dive here by Death Knight as he's trying to set something up for the team. I mean, again, Samuro copies taking those down is going to be pretty important for them, but overall, the more important thing is them trying to get level 16, because now the 13 talents are ready for the sauerkrauts, who are probably a little bit sour at this moment, because, I mean, they're 9 kills behind and they lost their first keep already. They probably were hoping for a bit of a better start into the series. But, right now, the Immortal is about to spawn again, and it's 15.5 nearly that we see for the Sausage Fiesta. They have a chance to grab an additional talent before they head into the Immortal fight, or, well, in between at least that is, especially by using their global power that they have on Harz Orbs here, who actually pauses the game right now. I'm not quite sure if they had maybe a disconnect here. Yeah, and indeed they did. Okay, so a disconnect on Blaze, and we're gonna have to wait for him to return before we can jump back into the game. And that is just going to work perfectly with the Immortal spawning on the map again. Blaze is back, the game is on, and we're looking at Immortal number 3. Yeah, with the keep at the bot lane destroyed, that Shaman camp was highly important for the crowds because, well, let's face it, if they don't get the Shaman camp in there, the catapults are eventually going to push against it pretty heavily. That was a quick reconnect, by the way. That German internet, not quite as efficient as they were hoping for, but at least the reconnect worked. Oh, Ultralisk gets hit here immediately. Can't hide. Nowhere to hide, my friend. There's the 16, and the immediate attack against Dino. Hanzo gets out, but massive damage coming through, and the stuns against ETC. The sound barrier, though, absolutely perfect. Samuro dead. Nick using the bunker once again, and they're looking for additional kills as Avala is attempting to defend the top keep. The camp is pushing in, and the slug is trying its best now. Hanzo again with pressure. I mean, there's the kill against Lucio at least, so no more lulls for him. The question is simply, can in this 4 versus 4 the blue team get another kill, or is it the red team that will set themselves ahead slightly? Avala is doing his best here at the lane too, and so far he's actually done a great job of stopping the camp. The main shaman is already down. And even with level 16 talents and a 2-level lead, it's not really a given that the Sausage Fiesta is going to take it here. I would have gone for Clown Fiesta, but we all know that Germans aren't funny, so that was not really a fitting name. And if there's one thing that the Germans are famous for, it is their sausages. So yeah, very fitting. 12 against 13, halftime show, victorious, the crowds, and well, where is their talent advantage? They need to really start and try and get more than just a kill here and put some damage on, because right now it looks like the red team might even lose this particular objective. And once, I mean, it's still an entire level. The slight problem is this. Triple catapult now bot lane. I mean, Avala will probably shift focus slightly in order to deal with that, but it's still a nuisance for the blue team at the bottom of the map. The poke is now slowly coming in. Defensive obviously important. They can't allow Samuro to get onto this, especially with Avala attempting to help him out. And I said this in the draft. Once that you have a situation where Samuro in the late game with Avala can just jump on structures, you're going to lose a lot of those. So far that hasn't really happened, but the same logic applies to the Immortal. And once that 16 and maybe even 20 are ready, this could become a problem. Avala, as predicted, shifts his focus onto the bottom of the map and is now currently trying to prevent the core from falling. But yeah, we're 15 minutes in and there's 4 catapults now on the core. This is hurting. Avala, slap it, baby, slap it! Comes in, goes for the slap, waits for the minion wave to spawn so that he can use the symbiote again. There, the core nearly taking damage, not losing all of the shields though, but the poke is still there. And look who is down. A little birdie told me that Harz is going to be the one. Yeah, moves in and takes it. I think by pick whistles. That Fawcett knows what he's doing. Jumps in and goes even for the gust. Yep, he does. Where's the party time when you need it? Well, don't need it right now. There's the silence from Malfurion and the kill against Lucio again. Lucio is dead, so is Malfurion. Both the supports eliminated, but they're not the only ones. Down goes Chromie. Samuro is taken apart, and they are trying to get another kill. This time maybe against Jojo. Death Knight is also looking to see if he can supply a bit of additional damage, but he himself is in trouble and barely moves out of Hanzo's range. As Dino is going in for the last hit. Yeah, the double Hanzo play, and they're going for the Immortal right now, and I think they're going to grab this one. Yep, they're about to tack it right here. That's it. They claim the Immortal. Nicely done. Yeah, the sour crowd's not so sour anymore. A little bit more happy at this point. Would be more happy if they could get the kill, but Johanna, unfortunately for her, doesn't have the heroic ability ready, so no blessed shield that she can hammer into the beak of Hazo-Ops. Falstad survives, and it's still a big lead and experience for the red team, but by no means do they have this game in the bag. They are ahead. They are the favorites. They haven't won it just yet. So top side, that is a quick move straight onto the fort, but I'm not quite sure they can even take this one. That Immortal gets burned down quickly and is at 50% HP. I mean, they should get it, honestly. Yeah, Samuro with the damage. Again, now he's coming in with this Blessed Shield. Hanzo Arrow already out. And they're trying to get the Temporal Loop in, and they get the kill! The efficiency of the Germans. And they go for kill number 2, and they are nearly locking in another one against Samuro, but it's not quite happening. But they're not stopping. Can't stop, won't stop, baby, especially with Lucio in the mix. 15 kills against 5. 15 kills against 5. 1 level away from 20. And I think we're going to see this camp stolen away. That's probably the best thing that they can do at this point, just go for the camp. Yeah, nice attempt, but I don't think that's going to happen. The Fiesta is ready. The sausages are on point with it. They even go for Dino here. Can they get that chase? No, not quite. Yeah, but they get the camp. And that the loss of the bottom keep is a continuous problem for the team in blue. Yeah, if they could take down that particular fountain here that Chris was just attacking with Chromie, that would of course be an absolute dream, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Damage output, 47,000 for Chromie. Okay. The bird was trying to go back and apparently sniffed out by Samuro. And we all know what Samuro does in the late game with his blade. He is going for minced meat here, especially if Abatha helps him out. So that was a quick bird kill. Harzobs thought he was safe, and well, think again, baby. The bird dead within a moment. I mean, I don't think it's gonna make a big difference. The camps are already taken. It's actually a bit unfortunate, if you're honest, for the crowds, because they can't do anything. They can try and attack the fort at the bot lane a little bit, but it's still going to be an easy defense here, so the birdie is going to be back in just a little bit. And since there was no additional camp on the map, there's nothing really to be gained by the crowds from that particular kill. So, yeah, could have been better timing for them. It's a kill, gives you a little bit of momentum, allows you to push the lanes out slightly, so that's something. Top lane, for example, is currently getting crushed by Ultralisk here. So far, so good. And yeah, down to the bottom. There's the 20, by the way. Here we go. Fortified bunker. Also, in addition to that, Chromie already earlier with the piercing sands, and it's a move straight in for the Immortal again, and the race should actually be won in this case by the crowds, thanks to Samuro and Abatha. They get the lead. It's actually a pretty significant one. I mean, 5,000 is the difference in damage taken on the Immortal, so that's not too bad, considering that there's level 20 ready for the Fiesta boys. It is a pretty significant one. But, yeah. Controlling that Samuro in the late game is just so... look at it. I mean, he is nearly dropping Chromie within 1 second. And there's the arrow and the kill. Chromie is down, and that is a synergy. I mean, that is very un-German what we just saw here. First, the mosh pit was a good idea. Like, both of the ults were a good idea, just not at the same time in that fashion, please. So, yeah, guys, more and more, it looks like the Sour crowds might be able to turn this game around. This is actually getting a little bit bananas. Seriously. I mean, look at this. It's, I mean, 15 kills against 7, but those kills don't mean jack shit if you can't win the game. It's the German efficiency that matters at the end of the day, and if you are able to take your opponent down and win the objective over and over again, even without getting any kills, then hell, by all means, go for it. So now we see the Immortal travel down to the bottom of the map. That's definitely going to seal the fate of the fort, and it could also mean the end of the keep. And if they can take the keep, that would eventually mean that this constant pressure that we're seeing here is pretty much useless. And also negated completely. So now Ultralisk is pushing the top lane again. I mean, Harzobs is already on the run. This late game is going to be an issue. I can already see the Samuro ban in game number 2. But, yep. There we have it. Keep down. At least the shields are nearly eliminated, so that's something. But Samuro Abatha at the top lane. This is... There it is. Double Samuro and kiss your keep goodbye, baby. No chance of holding that. And the thing is, the Sausage Fiesta knows it too. They know that they can't play against the Samuro. They're going to try and force a fight here at some point and make a play. Arrow comes in. Spawns that out, keep is gone, and we already have a move towards the core, just simply saying, you know what, we are actually going to try and force you back here and try to get both keeps. Now, they can't get both, but they're starting to lose the shield on the core. And Fawcett is the one who has to move back here, but as you can imagine, that is just a nuisance. They're going to lose this game. I'm going to tell you that straight up. They're going to lose this game. Samuro sneaking onto the core at any point, getting an Abatha hat, maybe even the copy, and then just ripping the shields apart. Whenever there's a big push coming from the Fiesta, that is going to happen. The only thing that can stop that is pretty much the wind tunnel. We have 3 former HCC players on the side of the Sausage Fiesta, on the side of the red team, but the crowds are looking quite powerful right now. They have taken a keep, they've damaged the second one, and in talents, we are dead even. Pretty much applies to experience too at this point. And the Samuro factor cannot be overstated. I said it in the draft, and we're seeing exactly this unfolding in front of us. The late game Samuro Abatha combo. If you can rip that combo apart in the early game, that's one thing. But look how terrified they have to play now. They have to try and just move back the entire time. Samuro can just simply shift a couple of copies around. Went on level 20 straight into the 3-bladed style. And here's the attack again. Says hello again, my old friend. And yeah, forces them back. And then zip, I'm out of here. Goodbye. And this is going to be the name of the game for the rest of this. Yeah, already forcing them out once more. Camps are being taken. Full map control now from the crowds. And they look absolutely fantastic here. Kudos. Big shout out to them. Great play by them so far. Allowing themselves, or just ending up in that position, takes quite a bit, especially considering the quality of players they're up against. And here comes the early aggression. Samuro already moving copies around as much as he can. Harz is the one that gets sent back, because if the shit hits the fan, he needs to go for the wind tunnel to protect the core. Halftime show, therefore, might actually be reached by the Sausage Fiesta, but this is an incredibly difficult game now for the red team. The constant pressure at the core, they will pretty much have to leave Harz there the entire time. He can maybe fly in, but it has to be a race at some point. Try and force a battle, maybe. Try and force a fight. Red team can't afford to lose another objective. Arrow on the Chromie, and Hanzo is dead. That's maybe the ticket back into this. Hanzo is back, the bird is there. They're trying to go for Malfurion. The cockroach is so far not eliminated. They go instead for Johanna. But Samuro is already moving topside. Samuro is moving towards the top again, and they know it too. They get the second kill against Malfurion, and here comes the defense. Everybody is going for Samuro once more. Yeah, already in position to get the gas. There it is. Gets the gas through. That might be a kill. 74%, 70% on it. There's the attack. Can they get the kill? They do at 50%. 47, 46, 44, massive damage output, and they need to end the game right now. It's the only option they have. You took down 3 heroes. This is the only play that the Sausage Fiesta has at this point, to go for the core. And Lulcio is already there. 4 catapults, 24, 25 minutes into the game. That's enough. Take the minions down and go for it. Samuro is going to be back. Abatha is there. Nobody can backdoor at this point. He's trying to push this out, but this might still be a victory for the red team. They're going straight in, and if the catapults ever arrive at the core, it's pretty much lights out. The core is falling, the bunker on the ground, arrow already out from Hanzo. The core falls, and it falls quickly. Chromie is dead. The catapults are firing away, not targeting the core just yet. 40%, the catapults move in, and this should be it. The mighty gust being used again. Falstad is down, but this is game. The Sausage Fiesta takes the lead in the best of 5 series at the Nations Cup qualifier for Germany. Game number 2. Alrighty, the lead for the Sausage Fiesta. Now again, the question is popping up all the time. I mentioned it in draft number 1, but I'm just going to throw it out again in case someone skipped forward and missed it. So obviously the teams are called Germany 1, Germany 2. I just gave them names because why the hell not? Once that we are heading into the actual Nations Cup and the group stage, it's going to be Team Germany against Team Poland or whatever, obviously. But yeah, this is just to determine which team is actually representing Germany in the Nations Cup. So there is a lead for the red team now. Tomb of the Spider Queen is map number 2, and I would be shocked, absolutely shocked, if Kerrigan is not banned out against Nick here. So, yeah, obviously. I mean, again, doesn't really need a prophet to come up with that particular ban pattern, because Nick has been playing this all the time here. So Tassadar gets banned out too. I would assume that on bigger maps later on we will see some Muro bans as well, because that Samuro Abatha combo was just absolutely insane, as usual in the late game. And, well, let's face it, that could have been a loss for the Sausage Fiesta, and I don't think that the former HGC players really expected that to happen in this particular fashion, so they're probably a little bit more careful as they're heading into game number 2, because that should have been a win for the Sauerkrauts. It was kind of impressive that the Fiesta was able to turn this game around. Now, as we have the bans coming in, ETC actually gets picked apart. And yeah, it's an additional ban. I mean, so far, honestly, your guess is at this point as good as mine. I was thinking that we might see a ban against some of the supports here, but it's the Alarak ban actually that is slotted in. And first pick. So we've seen actually Dino in particular a lot with Hanzo. I wonder if they are speccing into Hanzo later on again. I don't really think that's necessarily a first pick material here. Could be, again, you have good interrupts against the turn-in, for example. That's just one of them. But oftentimes it's more so Johanna that gets taken. Junkrat, another good one. Jojo likely going to be a pick here for the sausages, Because, well, at this point, I mean, you want the wave clear, right? Malfurion and Johanna. Yep, the Crusade. I don't like that skin. Like, I don't know. I can't help myself, but a lot of these Enforcer skins are not really all that great. Greymane might be a bit of a might be a little bit better, but for Jojo, I think there's much better skins for her out there. So, either way, I mean, outside of the synergy that we might have in the game, for now it's more so a question of what exactly is getting picked up by the blue team now. They started things off with Junkrat, Oriel, and Vala. Okay, Felix on Oriel, likely. An Ultralisk playing Vala. So auto attacks are in. Now, the early ban against Tacita already indicates that the Sausages were pretty much expecting something along these lines. Now my question would be, do you ban Zarya here? If you're really worried that your opponent goes into like a semi-double support setup, then Zarya would probably be the next go-to for the opponent if they play with a double. And it's Blaze that gets banned out. I mean, again, dropping the German bunkers into the game would also help Vala to survive at the end of the day. But it also means that Hazu might actually play Rexa here. I mean, Leo is an easy pick on the map, of course, with its easy rotations between the lanes, trying to get the experience lead, so we'll find out. Ban pattern then again on the other side. Chris, they could target him. This is another map where you can play Chromie. Just mentioning it, we had it on last map already. Yeah, and there's a Chromie ban. What a surprise. But Li Ming is open. Sylvanas, actually. Chris is playing a shit ton of Sylvanas, so he could definitely play Sylvanas here as well. Get the Web Weavers in and then start to just take the structures down. At a damage dealer, well, maybe a mage for... Oh, Tracer. Fair enough. Tracer and Leo. I think there is still Sylvanas value to be had, but Nick on Tracer is also pretty powerful. I actually forgot about her a bit. More so focused on Carrigan for Nick these days. He loves his melee assassins, but Tracer zipping around in the backline and trying to get the bomb connected is obviously another great hero for him. Zul Uther! Oh my god! Oh my god, really? Oh, main tank Zul with a double support and Uther, and like, I don't even know what to think here. They are going full in. I should have named them the Sausage Fiesta. I mean, they go full Fiesta on this one. Gul'dan for Chris at this point. A good Horrify here would go a long way, of course. But ladies and gentlemen, let's head into it. Sauerkrauts against the Sausages. 2 of the Spider Queen. Map number 2 in this best of 5 series. I think I was misled by the admins. They told me this is the German qualifier, but we have an NA draft for the blue team, so I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Koro on Uther, Felix on Oriel, Lavova on Zul, Ultralisk on Junkrat, and Dino on Vala. You can actually make an endless argument here. Who's the main tank? Is it Zul or is it Uther? But if my memory doesn't mislead me here, it was Lavova on the main tank in the last game, so it's a mystery. On the right side, the Sausages with Hazo Ops on Leo, Nick on Tracer, X-Ray on Malfurion, Chris on Gul'dan, and Death Knight playing Johanna. I mean, honestly, with Hazorbs being part of the team, I could have called them the Geilen Banger as well. I mean, Kevin with the announcement at BlizzCon here, we trained that backstage, and the man nailed it. So that would have been a little bit of a trip down memory road, but I kind of feel that the team name that I chose here kind of fits too. Either way, as it happens, our game starts, and this is just, yeah, there you go, or the Sauerkrauts seem to be a little bit sour, because they are going for a very weird draft here. I mean, again, it's not necessarily a draft that you have an easy win against, so don't get me wrong here. This can be incredibly annoying. You have self-sustain on Zul, that can definitely matter. You have double support behind it. Uther supplies additional CC with the stuns. There's burst heal to be had. There's displacement through the whip of Oriel too. And there's lots to account for, so they need to be cautious. And there's obviously the wave clear that Zul provides as well. Generally speaking, Zul is not a hero that you will see a lot in the competitive scene. But especially when it comes to weirdo drafts, the blue team has done pretty well on the last. Well, I mean, again, how much of a weirdo draft is the Moro Abathur really? I mean, we've even seen it in HGC back in the days. So, yeah. Time will tell. Time will tell. As it stands, as the top lane aggression, Chris is already sitting there. And, yeah... I mean, again, if you would ask anybody, if you would ask any of the Germans on the red team, do you want to go up against a double support? The answer would definitely be 9! 9! But, well, can't pick and choose. Have to deal with what your opponent is throwing up against you. And, yeah, that's just the rules. And if you want to know one thing in Germany, then it is that you have to follow the rules. Jawohl! Level 4 is going to hit any second, and it gives us the additional talents. Nick, obviously, is a bit of a focus, and he is going to be the one trying to dive into the backline. But he needs to be careful, because Uther, likely with the Divine Storm, has the CC to lock him down. So, needs to be cautious with that. There is enough damage, for sure, on the opponent's side. We have multi-shot build now taken, and yeah, Grim Sight as well, as the big fight in the middle is starting to approach. A 5 versus 5 actually, as everybody jumps in. No kill yet. Pretty much in the same way as the last game was played out here. So already Dino is sitting here, Felix is moving around together with him, obviously a big hope generator, and it seems like the attack at this point is focusing slightly onto Zul. But 8 gems have been turned in so far, and the teams are both looking to grab the first objective. I like to see Gul'dan in this game, because I feel that, especially against the double support, a good Horrify can really ruin the cohesion of the opponent's team. But I think that Chris would have also liked to play Savannas here just to get a bit more momentum with the pushes that he can throw out there. But let's see. Ultralisk with a turn-in attempt. Rotation towards the bot lane. Yeah, they want the Siege Giants. Both of the teams do. But they also want the kills. Zul at this point is just not even caring. And it's a 4 versus 3. So they have to give the Siege Giants up. That was a steal right there. It's actually a little bit surprising. Would have expected a play like this from the Polish team, but right now the Germans are going in and they are efficiently grabbing that camp. Now Siege Giants are likely to get some solid damage onto the wall here, and it opens up a bit of a window for the blue team to turn in. Oh, yeah, that flashlight came too late. And now 37 against 41 turn-in gems. So we'll see how that works out. Harz ops already is starting to get the value. I mean, Harz ops on the offlane is always a bit weird to see, but he has done that a lot for his team. He was the one to play Rexa, for example, quite consistently whenever needed. The 7 talents are now ready. 14 stacks, by the way, for Gul'dan. So pretty efficient play by Chris. Trying to get a few more out there. And the sustain is slowly there, but the kill against Zul, yeah. Harvest Vitality and the Grim Scythe. That's obviously the idea behind Zul in that position, that you have that self-sustain and then 2 supports can keep you alive in those setups. In addition to that, the red team with the first Web Weaver wave now, and that should allow them to at least knock down a few walls, maybe even go for a fort. But if we learned anything in the 80s, then it's that the Germans are actually pretty good at knocking down walls. So, yeah, with the blue team still trying to set up their defense and getting Zul back into the picture, the red team is already welcoming the Web Weavers as they are moving through. Level 7, also now with a glimmer of hope. Hope is never wrong, but in the middle, there's the attack already coming through, and that was actually easy damage against Avala and Oriel too, with Uther now jumping in and providing a few stuns here, literally dropping the hammer. Push back with a whip. And down at the bottom of the map, another wall is about to fall. But, as expected, the Sauerkrauts are doing fairly... Oh, that's a kill! Nice! Zul is dead again. Didn't really lose them a lot of gems, since he obviously just died a few seconds earlier. But that's now a potential hit against the fort itself, and they might get this one. Top lane, Chris barely survives, but he does. Moves away with Gul'dan. Death Knight has an easy time moving out of this one. And thanks to the kill against him, we actually have the hit against the fort, and they take this one down. Nicely done. Yeah, it was actually a nice move here. So they get the fort, and for the first objective, that's fantastic. Half a level until we get level 10 abilities in. And yeah, bot lane. That's what we currently have. Zul trying to clear the wave. I mean, again, he wants obviously to also get the wave clear in, push that lane out, get the gems, have a chance to turn in before level 10 happens. The problem is that the red team is now in possession of their heroic abilities, and that should actually give them a second turn in. And these double turn ins are just fantastic if you want to gain momentum in the game. So they're going to try to push that out. Yeah, another 15 needed. That's an easy delivery here. Chris is nearly done with that. They need one last gem, and Death Knight is the one that holds it. But there's level 10 for the opponent now too. And that gives us a couple of tools with Aegis. Uther going as expected into the Divine Storm. Can they actually turn in? Can the Sauerkrauts actually get that turn-in completed and get a Web Weaver wave on their own? The interrupts are there, and Death Knight is using the flashlight already. Harz comes in with the drain. Nobody's splitting down to the bottom, where Harz could actually get a turn-in if he gets access to it. 2 kills against 0 in this game so far, but the second turn-in isn't there yet. And Harz is, as expected, rotating in, and he grabs it. There we have Web Weaver wave number 2 confirmed. Right away. All right. Well done. Well done. Oh, the Entomb is there. The Aegis denies it pretty much, but Tracer zipping out, and Uther is dead. Uther is down. Yep, there's the kill against Malfurion. Oh, and he's not the only one. Malfurion dies, and so does Gul'dan. Okay. Double kill, 2-for-1 trade. Harz might fall too, and I think he should. Playing with vision for just a bit, but he gets dropped. 3 kills against 3. And now that entire push has pretty much been negated. I am impressed by the blue team. I gotta admit, I am very, very impressed. I headed into this series, and just looking at the names of the people that play, I really expected that the Sausage Fiesta would just shut this down with a quick 3-0 without any big problems whatsoever. And yes, they are in the lead. They might still get a 3-0 here, but the Krauts are fighting back way more than I expected them to, and this is really impressive. This is something that I enjoy a lot, especially since they are thinking out of the box with their drafts here. So at the end of the day, it might not lead to them winning the series, but it's certainly providing some entertainment, and it is looking pretty solid. Blessed Shield. Oh, totally worth it. Totally worth it. Thanks to the Blessed Shield, he delayed him so much that he couldn't get the gems. Nicely done. Avala was, in this case, denied the gems, and they get the kill against Uther again. So 5 kills against 4, even in experience again, but the gem count reduced, and now the kill attempt against Felix on Oriel, and that's an easy one. She already used her Aegis previously, and with this they can even go straight into the mid lane to drop another 4. Sausages are back on track. Advantage in game number 2, but I stand by what I said previously. The Sauerkrauts definitely, well, I don't want to say making a name for themselves. We've seen pretty much every single player on their team previously, but they are doing extremely well against a tough opponent here, and are not making it easy for the Sausages to get ahead. And this series might take a different turn from what we expected. At this point, the turn-in from Zul and the blue Web Weavers are going to make an appearance. This camp is going to be timed properly to ensure that they can at least secure the mid lane without taking too much damage. But let's see. The Octo, talking about damage, I haven't really looked at the damage output yet. Currently Gul'dan with 15,000. 30,000 for Avala. Huh? I mean, she is the hyper carry for the team. And there's 2 camps now taken. Siege Giants at the bottom. Look how far Harz goes for the defense. I mean, he's defending or defeating the Web Weavers all the way at the opponent's keep. That's just nuts. That Web Weaver isn't going to do anything. And in the middle of the map, yep, this one is slowed down thanks to the camp, but that allowed Gul'dan to defend the top lane without any problems. So this entire wave, this entire objective for the blue team accomplishes very little. They are barely breaking through a few of these walls, through these gates, and that was a stellar defense from the Sausages. Then again, they obviously lost a bit of that pressure play or the position that they had on the map because of it. The waves are getting pushed out against them, but generally speaking, they're going to be very happy with how this one went. There's still enough gems in the hands of the Krauts to maybe get another objective. But there's also quite a few left for the Fiesta. So the Sausage Fiesta has an opportunity to grab 1-2 gems and then get a turn in themselves. That would be the 3rd one for them. There's the damage output against Avala. Can they get the flashlight through? Yes, but Yeah, the red Beavers are coming in. Once again, the turn-in from Harz at the bottom of the map. And this is really the moment that I personally would be scared of if I'm part of the crowds, especially if they lose a hero now. Nice Aegis. Good deny. That was an important one, but there was a lot of cooldown burns too. Here comes the Riptire, and Chris is totally fine with it. But I would be scared of now losing more forts. Whip doesn't do enough. Harz survives. They can easily tap the fountain here. Fort in the middle, definitely gonna fall. Question is just simply what's going to happen around the bot lane. I guess they will have to defend the bot lane with someone, and that opens up an opportunity topside. Aegis has already been used. There's no Divine Shield, and Avala is down. Goodbye, Hyper Carry. Avala down. They go for Zul, slow him down, try and drop the damage. They can't get quite enough. Oh, Gul'dan! Oh, the heal. Yeah, that's the power of the double support, but for just a moment, it looked like he might actually fall. 16 talents are ready. 7 stacks until we have Gul'dan completing his level 1 quest. The wall at the keeps are falling in the middle at the bottom of the map. There's another attempt at the kill as they're going for Ultralisk. There's the Blessed Shield. Missing out on Junkrat though. Aegis was back up and gets used right away. Top lane is pressuring heavily. Massive momentum here now for the Sausage Fiesta. Uther goes down. There's the Entomb, captures nothing but Uther's ghost. The problem is that that keep still falls. They can't do anything about that. They just need to make sure that they don't lose more heroes, or we will maybe even see an attempt to go for the core. And guys, the push isn't even over yet. Up at the top lane, as you can tell, the entire wall has been annihilated too, and that drops the fountain. So we are looking at keeps taking even more damage. Now, this is a crazy good position for the Sausage Fiesta. And as it stands, at least 16 talents are ready for the team in blue. The crowds, they have enough gems to get a turn-in. And they also, with 16, pick up the Bone Spear. Plus, in addition to that, the Frost Shots. But still, this is a tough spot to be in now. Gul'dan even committing to the camp at the bottom of the map. Meaning Siege Giants are going to push together with the catapults. And the one thing that I really want everyone to... Oh yeah, stun that! Stun the minion! Bad minion! The hammer dropped onto it. No, but the one thing that everybody has to remember is that there hasn't been a single fort eliminated on the red team side. That's actually important if you are thinking about how much pressure there is against the bot lane in particular now. Okay, there's a bit of a turn-in. They're still missing quite a few. Gul'dan completes the quest. Uh-oh, Koro in trouble. There's the stun. Uther gets the Aegis, but it still could be a kill. And there's the Entomb to follow up on it, and Uther is just trying to get out of there the entire time. He's not the only one. Nick goes in deep for the kill against Avala. Avala down. It seems like we're seeing a kill against Uther and Oriel. Uther down, Zul down, Oriel about to be eliminated, and Ultralisk dies too. Guys, this is gonna be game. Full-on 5-man team wipe as the blue team gets dropped from the face of the earth, and everybody rushing straight into the bot lane where the Siege Giants are escorting 2 catapults onto the core already. Great game by the Sausage Fiesta. 13 kills against 4, and they are going to be able to pick up the 2-0 lead in the best of 5 against their opponent, the German Qualifier. The blue team without a chance there in the late game. Nicely done by the red team. Good job by the Sausages. GG and well played. Game number 3 in our best of 5 on Towers of Doom. The Sausage Fiesta ahead with a 2-0, trying to represent Germany in the upcoming Nations Cup, starting with the group stage in, I think, roughly 10 days, shortly after BlizzCon. Sauerkrauts on the other side. I mean, good attempts by them, honestly. Again, I'm honestly impressed with how well they fight back against an opponent that is quite powerful. And as predicted, on a big map, Samuro snapbanned. Not again. Not again. The Sausages are having none of it. And with that, Tracer gets banned out, so apparently they don't want to deal with Nick either. Now, Nick could still play Kerrigan here, has done it before. Question is Kerrigan getting banned out too? It's actually more important here. Alarak was a constant ban for the Sausages in the previous games, so they might ban him out once more. But, well, nope, the German Sausages instead banning out Abathur. Yeah, completely done with that crap that they had to deal with in game number 1, so they're just eliminating every single part of that. Now, to be absolutely honest, they could pick up Alarak for themselves, so that's an option too. Might be one of the reasons why they actually have not banned him. Falstad gets banned now, okay. So no Chris play from that. Again, Savannas hasn't been played yet by Chris, and I think he probably wants to at least show her off once in this series. This might be the last map unless we see a comeback. We had a comeback in the previous qualifier, which was the Polish qualifier. So, first pick. Nick could carry again with Kerrigan if he gets Kerrigan again. But nope, it's Chris on Avala first. Okay, Avala gets the priority. Kerrigan is still up. Alarak is up too. Again, he was banned twice against the blue team, so if they want to pick him, they probably have to lock him down now. Do they have anything, any kind of like curveball they can throw against the opponent again? Yeah, there's Alarak and Garrosh. Okay, okay, okay. My dear Mr. Singing Club, I want to know what they can do now with Alarak. I've put a few of these in already, but I can just imagine like a native English speaker or anybody that doesn't understand German idioms just looking at this and always asking themselves with every third sentence I say, the fuck is he talking about? On the wood path, huh? His pig whistles? What? So, yeah. I kind of pity everyone that doesn't speak at least a little bit of German that listens to the broadcast here and is just like saying like, is he drunk? Is he high? Like, what is this? Did he lose complete control of the English language or what's going on in this game? So Rega gets picked together with Johanna. Yeah, Death Knight all the way up the front. Good setup. I mean, Johanna also with the iron skin can really play around Garrosh's throw, even if she gets thrown in here. Off lane is interesting to me still. Oh, Hanzo gets banned too. Hanzo over Kerrigan? Really? I mean, even if she doesn't get picked, I would be scared of Kerrigan. Now, Nick has played so many different heroes that this isn't going to be an issue. Vikings get banned out too. I mean, honestly, at this point, the Sausage Fiesta is just looking at this and saying, okay, what are the picks that could really piss us off? What's annoying? And they just ban all of it out. It's just like, we don't even care if they want to pick it or not. We just ban everything out that seems in any way to be a little bit weird, a little bit out of the box, so that the opponent doesn't have an easy time there. So now, with the next two picks coming in for the blue team, do they have anything that they can pull off here? Malfurion gets picked, and it's Zeratul. Zeratul, Alarak, Garrosh. Okay. Okay. That starts to become... This is also already out there. Wondering a little bit what the last pick is going to be, because at this point I'm not so sure if you're actually going to see a range damage from them. And it seems like the Sausage Fiesta doesn't know either. There's Kerrigan again. How can you not ban her out against them? Blaze together with that, that's another safety tool. No matter what's getting picked, you have at least a bunker that you can play around, but I don't really, on the top of my head, I can't come up with a pick that you can lock in now that changes this entire draft and just flips it against the red team, so it's going to be really tough. Towers of Doom. Yeah, what's it gonna be? Last but not least, the final pick, it's Jaina. Zeratul Void Prison into Ring of Frost. I mean, Zeratul these days is mostly going for the Might of the Nerazim, but maybe we're going to see an old school combo here again with an Alarak follow-up. The Wombo combo could work out. But yeah, might be the last map of the series, ladies and gentlemen. The best of 5 heads into Towers of Doom, our third map of the series. Let's find out which team is going to represent Germany in the Nations Cup. Game number 3, Towers of Doom. Ultralisk for the blue team is playing Alarak. Koro on Jaina, Felix on Malfurion, Lavova on Garrosh, and Dino on Zeratul. To the right side of the map, the Sausages with Hazo Ops on Blaze, Nick on his Kerrigan, X-Ray on Rega, Chris on Avala, and Death Knight on Johanna. Lot of preference picks here, a lot of comfort picks for the red team. This is really right down the alley with a lot of, I mean, Nick loves his Kerrigan these days, Chris and Avala. There's a lot of strong heroes in the game for them now. Arrow build for Chris in addition to that. And I really want to see how this is going to turn out, because I'm a bit afraid for the blue team now. they are the underdog in this series. They have been from the beginning. They played some incredible games. You could argue that they should have won the first one. But it was a turnaround towards the late game that granted the Sausage Fiesta the 1-0 lead in the series as they headed into this. But now we have Zeratul rotating towards the top lane already. In the middle of the map. There's still an attempt by a level 1 Garrosh to maybe create an opportunity for a kill. So far not happening. And down to the bottom of the map, still, yeah, just getting a little bit more experience, making the rotation happen. 4-man rotation between 2 lanes, Zeratul rotating in a bit too, trying to see if they can sneakily get a kill somewhere. Obviously, as we're heading into the 1-minute range, there will be 2 camps attacked, but it seems like the idea is to go for a bit of, yeah, sniffed out already, for a bit of a trap against them. Sniffed out right away, and there we go. Cleave, by the way, Cleave built for Zeratul, so no Shadow Hunter, which these days is the more common talent. Doesn't mean that you can't play Cleave build, by the way. It's still definitely possible, and it has been played a few times. But generally speaking, the Shadow Hunter build and auto attack style has now taken over when it comes to Zeratul after a few of the changes it gives you. X-Ray gets thrown in and nearly taken down here. There was no follow-up from Felix. Apparently was on cooldown still for the root, so that could have been really spicy and dicey for X-Ray here. But yep, Blaze making those rotations and Johanna moving in with the wave clear that she has. Both teams trying to get Pumpkins in a position where they can start to attack the structures. And doesn't really seem like any of the 2 teams is going to be able to make that play. So it's most likely going to center around aggression with objective number 1 in the triple altar phase that we're seeing here. Level 4 is in, means that Chris has now to start stacking on his level 4. And talking about stacking, negatively charged, picked up by Alarak. Yep, talent was nerfed a little bit. 5% extra damage were reduced to 4. But still quite strong. And a bit of a hybrid. Psionic Strength taken after the initial greater cleave here from Zeratul. Okay, that's a new one. So far we've either seen the stronger focus into auto attacks with Shadow Hunter on level 1 or a full-on cleave build. But this could definitely be a hybrid setup for them right now. Outside of it, here comes our triple altar phase. Kerrigan has actually claimed the top camp together with Blaze, so that means that they might have a chance to escort that in. Harz is already sitting at the side, oil spill comes out, and therefore the slow and the wall falls. Well, the gate falls, and so does one of the 2 towers. But we still have our triple altar phase coming up, and now the question, who's going to get 2 of those? Might actually be the team. Apparently they're letting this one go. Indeed they do. 2 for 1. Okay, double shots fired. Bum, bum, bum. And therefore 36 against 32 points on the core. Nice dodge. Dino with a very, very quick blink here. We also have Kerrigan again with the sharpened blades on level 4. So talking about quests, not only Avala that has to really put on a little bit of effort. Strangling Vines for the Vengeful Roots. Interesting because oftentimes now we are seeing the counterplay attempts against Rhaegar with the adjustment on the level 4 from Malfurion, so to counteract the Ancestral in particular. This time this isn't working, so no Strangling Vines, but instead the Vengeful Roots. Ultralisk in a bit of trouble, locked down and kill! Alarak down, and that's the repeating arrow for Chris, who immediately makes use of the level 7 talent to get another stack for his level 4. And now with this kill they have the chance to invade the opponent's pumpkin camp, and you don't have to ask them twice. They move in immediately, take it. They're now going to try. Oh wow, Chris actually trying to burn this one down very quickly. Seeker in the dark, also taken for Zeratul. Now, of course, the problem with Wormhole these days is that Blizzard has actually changed a little bit, and it pretty much they gave the talent the Blade Master treatment from Warcraft 3. After you make the initial blink, you now have a bit of a waiting period before you can use the talent again, and that makes you of course vulnerable. That's why some players have decided to go into Seeker in the Dark instead. You still see Wormhole picked though. Ty, for example, switches between the 2 talents depending on the situation, and we've seen similar adjustments from Wooby as he started to play Zeratul a bit. Over here, again the attack, oh, body blocks even, and Garrosh, cleanse and kill! Yeah, giving Nick Kerrigan is usually a bit of a mistake, and sauerkrauts are currently learning why exactly that is. So the channel on both of the altars has started, and this could actually be the kill right there. In we go. Boom. First 4 shots fired, and the full-on focus onto the one in the middle. Ultralisk is getting one interrupt in, but a highly... Oh, actually, Zeratul is also moving in now too. Zainu needs to be cautious. Death Knight is there, but they're actually fighting for this. Garrosh is on the way back. If they get another interrupt, they might just be able to pull this one off. Ultralisk gets another stack. 8 already for him, and Lavova is back to business. Carrigan in the middle is probably just breathing a bit of a sigh. Like, do I have to do everything myself? Nick on the move, and this time they're trying to make a play for Garrosh again. And guys, he just died. He came, he saw, and he died. Very, very GG. But they might get the kill against Nick. Nick with a combo. That works out. Alta hasn't been channeled. 4 versus 4. The problem is that there's a level 10 around the corner for the red team. But Dino wants to get the channel, and he's actually going to grab that. Kudos! Blue team, nice! Get one of the 2 altars despite the fact that they lost Garrosh twice in the fight. Nicely played. Double attack against it. They still have the lead. Level 10 abilities are there for the sausages. But that was a pretty nice move. I like it. Really well done. They believe in themselves. They have the confidence here. Again, the favorite is still the red team, but I like that they are actually making moves like this one and making this a lot closer than a lot of people, myself included, probably expected here. So right now, 3 against 1, no stacks in kills. Also, the level 10 abilities are still there. Zeratul is a little bit on the run at the top, but with the level 10, they're also trying to get those pumpkins. And instead, the rotation towards Carrigan and Jaina, more importantly. There's the Ultralisk. Carrigan with a jump any second. And, oh, the spill, and they can't get it. Oh, but they're shifting attention to Firelocks. And down there. Oh, ho, ho! Can't get the kill against Jaina, but they're making the triple kill in the middle happen. And I think that is a nice adjustment. And I was like, yeah, Jaina is gone. And I was like, hey guys, if you turn around, we can actually get 3 here. And they do, so it's a triple baby. Might of the Nerazim, Ring of Frost has been taken regardless. So far, we don't see a talent yet on Malfurion, but I guess that's going to come through soon. Single Alta down at the bottom of the map, and that's going to be an easy pick. Rhaegar with the second pumpkin camp getting attacked, but they are breaking through that wall without any trouble whatsoever. 6 kills against 1 also grant them a solid lead in experience. And that might even lead to a level 13 talent that have a bit quicker than that. So, yep, there we go. 15 stacks in the meantime for Ultralisk on Alarak. 17 for Chris on the level 4. And there's another play around the altar. Can we get a couple of kills here? Pumpkins are in play. These are very likely not going to do a whole lot. Ultralisk. There's the start again against Lavova. Needs to be careful. Yeah, died quite a bit already. We don't want to have another dieback situation. At this point already. The quest completed. And the flashlight right here. The interrupt against Felix, who was trying to go for another altar channel. Carrigan gets attacked here. Nicely played. But the problem is that Garrosh goes down again. This ain't die hard. This is die easy, baby. Jaina goes down too, and it's another kill against Malfurion, and they're not stopping there. They're looking for the next kill, and they're gonna get it. They're wiping the entire team off the floor, and that leaves them with an open season onto the first bell tower in this game. Great synergy, and again, you don't give Nick Carrigan these days. He is killing it on that heroes, and at this point, he's killing them. So, yep, the crowds are getting a little bit more sour because that is not looking good for them at all. 3 level disadvantage, 10 kills behind, 5 shots fired, dropping them down to 27 points. Even the boss is on the menu, but as the death timers are so low, they're not making a play here yet. Bot lane gets currently attacked by the blue team in an attempt to fight back and reclaim that bell tower. But it is going to become pretty difficult to do that if Chris is just continuing here. And he's not the only one. I mean, we have Joanna moving in from the side with a potential blessed shield. Not using it yet. But I gotta say, this game is looking bad now for the blue team. 23,000 damage from Alarak, top damage on his team. By a huge margin, by the way. And 23,000 also on the side of Avala. As it stands, Alarak is actually the top damage dealer in the entire game. So the 2 of them fighting out in this a little bit. Carrigan is moving into the bottom of the map, and that's the moment when you have to be careful if you're on the side of the blue team, as proven in the previous fights. And they go straight in for the pumpkin camp now. They control the bot lane completely, and this is obviously the most important lane on Towers of Doom, because you can escort 2 pumpkin camps straight into your opponent's death zone to attack the core directly and get a few shots fired. Oh, that would be a great kill if they can get it, and barely missing out on the second wave of Vala's heroic ability. No Rain of Vengeance there. Problem is that soon we're going to see a triple altar phase spawn, and if that happens and they still have control over the bottom bell tower, that could be an absolute disaster. It's already bad enough that there's another altar about to be picked up by them, but at least with the help of Jaina they can start to poke slowly and steadily against the bell tower's hit points and reconvert that eventually, but they're still 3 levels behind, and that means an entire dollar. Bell tower is coming up. When are you going to take your fight? That's pretty much the question that the Sauerkrauts have to ask themselves. Are they going to play around the level 13, 16 talent gap, or are they risking a level 20 talent advantage? Ultralisk is dead again. Kerrigan comes in, and that Ultralisk just got Ultralisk. I mean, I'm not quite sure what exactly to make out of that, but yeah. Kerrigan pretty much comes in, looks at the other teams, and is like, what's her name? What did you call yourself? Are you shitting me? You call yourself Ultralisk? You want to see an Ultralisk? I'll show you an Ultralisk, baby. Goes in, drops it, and bam, taken down. Die, imposter, die. That's exactly what happened here. Yeah, but talking about dying, Harz still has the bunker ready, and the problem is that the blue team is now getting that one pushed against them, and Kerrigan with another kill. I mean, Nick is just shitting all over them. Blessed Shield comes out, that's the kill against Garrosh, and he is just dying continuously. 5 deaths already on Garrosh, 4 on Alarak. They are getting murdered here, and now the boss gets taken too. That's another 4 shots fired, which means that the core is falling down to 19% right now. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang, bada boom. And that's that. 3 level advantage still. It's rough. It's rough, it's rough, it's rough, it's rough. The Sausage Fiesta has finally found their rhythm. The team that is likely going to represent Germany in the Nations Cup is all of a sudden turning up the heat and really bringing the pain in game number 3. Comebacks always possible on this map. We never should count a team out here. We've seen too many incredible comebacks from teams that were on 2 points against 22, 25, even 30 at times and still turn it around. But the chances of that happening are starting to go to 0, because it's not only about the difference in points on the core, it's really the difference in experience here, the difference in talents, and the entire kill streaks that we've now seen from the Sausage Fiesta. It's a triple altar phase, and this means that even if you only take 2 of the altars, you will easily drop 10 points off the opponent's core, and in this case it would mean the blue team drops down to single digits. So yeah, the channel is already on, and they at least grab 1, but that's only 3 shots fired. 25 points in the opponent's core not really do a whole lot for you. Shots are getting fired right there. Boom. Over here, Ultralisk is trying to make sure that this is not happening, but with Kerrigan now channeling this out, as you can imagine, this is going to be 9 points on the core of the Crowns. 9 points against 25. And this is honestly the best opportunity for the blue team to come back into this, because now for a little bit longer they're going to be fighting on even talents. And that is big, and they're going for it. Chrysalis has been used as the Ultras, and the kill against Kerrigan. Counter kills, might they happen here? We don't know yet. Harz is actually in trouble and has to use the Pyromania to move out of this, but they're about to die. They go down, Avala dies, Kerrigan has fallen, they try to go for the counter kill, but they can't, and Dino is starting to chase down Harz, and that's a kill. Blaze is eliminated, and now we're gonna see X-Ray fall in addition to that, and a good route against the tank over here is likely gonna mean the end of Johanna. 5-man team wipe. Get dumped on, boys. They got dumpstered on in that fight, and that's all that you need. Comeback map, told you. Right now, 6 kills against 14, and this closed the gap in experience quickly. Now, it's not completely closed. There's still a gap, obviously. They're not quite a level behind, but they can easily get access back to their bell tower at the bottom of the map. That's going to happen. There's pressure in the middle. There's pressure at the top now all of a sudden. We won't see a massive lead thanks to that for the Crowds, but it was their ticket back into this game. That's what they needed, and it's exactly what they did. Never count out an opponent on Towers of Doom. And 14 kills against 6. They move back for mana. They move back for hit points. Double altar coming up next. 4 against 4 bell towers in this game. And it's pretty much level 19 versus level 19. There's a small gap in experience between the two teams, but let's face it, it's not going to play a role for the bell tower or for the altars that are up right now. And that means it's not going to play a role for the altar phase afterwards. Are they actually fighting this now? Ooh, 6 points on the core for them, so yep, they're really low. Pumpkins went through, that's 4 shots fired, so they're going to be down to 2 points. Which means they can't lose anything here, but the game isn't over. 2 points on that core, 21 on the other side. And it's all about controlling the fights now. Get level 20. Boss is up in another minute. In 1 more minute, the boss is up. You need to control bot lane now. You need to take care of this. 37 stacks for Alarak. He's sitting at 135 sadism at this point. Alright. You need to control. 1 more team fight that you win, and you can claim bell towers and start to gain a lot more momentum here. The crowds haven't given up yet. They have not given this game up yet, but they're still far behind. By quite a lot. And they're also going to lose out on the early level 20, which again, they don't necessarily need as long as they don't let themselves get, trapped in a battle that they don't really want to fight on level 20 talents for their opponent. So as you can tell here, Storm talents are going to drop a little bit quicker. Zeratul can get another wave over here. There's an attempt from the red team to maybe set up a bit of a trap as well. In we go, Farflight Quiver, Indestructible. There's the Psionic Shift, Blink, Fortified Bunker, and 20 is ready for both sides. Which gives us the Hasty Bargain. And in addition to that, the Cold Snap for the cooldown reduction plus the Astral Communion. It is on, ladies. It is on. Double altar. Now, that means that you have to defend both if you are the blue team. You have to defend both of them. You can't let a single one slide here. And there's a boss at the top. Zeratul is actually sniffing that out. They need a little bit of vision and they're gonna get it here. But it's all about the next team fight. Next team fight is the crucial one right here. 44,000 damage. Top damage in the game. Alarak, that's where he's sitting at now. 37,000 for Vala. And Zeratul gets the channel at the top, but this is a problem, and it's a big one. Oh god, Felix face checking the push. He goes down, Malfurion eliminated, and that's the end of Garrosh, and this is going to be the end of the game. Zeratul comes in, trying his best, the Ancestral, saving the ass of the damage dealers, but now with Zeratul eliminated too, this is game. They get the channel, and this is the Sausages. Representing Germany in the Nations Cup. GG and well played as they claim a 3-0 victory in the best-of-5 qualifier. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed the match and the commentary. The remaining time of the video has been added to protect against spoilers caused by the length of the video itself. But please keep in mind, though, that this does not only mean more work for me, but also has a negative impact on the popularity of the videos and the channel because of YouTube's algorithms. It would be greatly appreciated if you'd consider supporting the channel and help me to continue the daily esports coverage by clicking the join button below the video or supporting me through the Patreon page linked in the video description. Thanks a lot for the support and see you guys next time.